Travel to the USA if truly you are not guilty, Falana told Abba Kyari. Okay. Drama. Renowned human rights lawyer and custodian of the law, Falana SAN, has dared the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abba Kyari, to travel to the United States of America if truly he's not guilty of the allegations leveled against him. While reacting to Kyari's rebuttal concerning the allegation, the senior advocate of Nigeria challenged the super cop to submit himself to the jurisdiction of the district court in the United States. Hey, they know that they cannot bribe, absolutely not. So yeah, Abba Kyari should travel to the US if he's sure of his tailored defense. Falana. He said Nigeria and USA have extradition treaty which covers offenses allegedly committed by DCP Kyari, so it's easy if he wants to prove his innocence. Once the request is received by the federal government, the Attorney General of the Federation will process the extradition process in the Federal High Court. The US government has already issued arrest warrant for Abba Kyari over his alleged involvement in bribery scandal in the ongoing fraud case of Ramon Abbas, popularly known as Hush Puppy. Kyari is said to have received a huge sum of $1.1 million from Hush Puppy between 2019 and 2020. Wow. All right. Not Falana jumping into the case. So, I mean, again, because of the treaty that they have with Nigeria, USA, and the extradition treaties that they have with America and obviously the USA and Nigeria, technically, from what Falana has said, it should be easy for Abba Kyari to prove his innocence. But of course, that is obviously not true because, okay, well, I'm not the judge here, but the FBI has sufficient evidence with phone numbers, conversations, and all that to prove that he was in Dubai and he had a relationship with Abbas, well, Hush Puppy. And there's sufficient evidence to prove that, absolutely, 100%. But I think one thing we have not heard of, which is with the case, which is I think is a pivot. Which is pivotal, is that the only reason really why Hush Puppy and Abba Kyari had a relationship in the first place is because Hush Puppy basically needed Abba Kyari with his connections and with his power and influence to arrest his opponent or his colleague because of a deal that they did. And of course, when it came to sharing the money, as we know, there was beef, and that clash resulted into something big. And of course, the connection that Hush Puppy wanted with Abba Kyari was basically in order to make sure that his opponent is arrested, and of course they would keep protecting each other. And for cases like that, I guess it was going to be an ongoing thing. So again, with that whole situation, my point is, who is the person's name? What's the person's name? And was the person actually truly arrested, or was there a background dealing? Was there a background way of sorting all this out? It may just be. But again, lawyers are going to go on. I mean, this is just juicy for Nigeria. Why? Because it's like a cinema movie where one of our actors, two actually, are playing a very massive role, and the ending is maybe very sweet. Let's just see how things work out. I mean, if the ending is not sweet, obviously we know that there's been some bits of corruption here and there, but I did not say anything. That's why Falana is like, you know what? Come on, go to USA if you're guilty. If you're guilty, if you're innocent, go to USA to prove that you are innocent. It should be easy for you because there's a extradition treaty that the USA has in Nigeria. So again, Nigerians, get your popcorn. This is about to be very interesting. Somebody says Malami should extradite him in the same way he wants to do Igboho from Cotonou. Okay. Somebody here says, this lawyer, instead of you to challenge the government of the day about insecurities and the rest, you are busy telling someone to go to USA. What do you know about what Falana has done? I mean, right now he may not be as active, but in his prime, he was definitely one of the people against the government. I mean, prison cells were literally his second home. So, yeah. Somebody here says, yes, of course, travel to USA to prove you are clean, wicked cop. Our real criminals are our leaders. The victims being tortured are just the accomplished. This movie is getting interesting, honestly. I mean, the FBI is involved. Should restrict delay Bubu in London till Kyari honors his arrest warrant Nigerian way. Somebody here says, Falana, be careful, you have started judging him indirectly, Abby. I mean, Nigerians can judge because really, I mean, he can judge because, he doesn't really have anything to add or give to the case. I mean, all we can do is basically have fun, really. I'm really being honest. Somebody else says he can't because for the FBI to raise such accusation, they would have to gather up enough evidence. I mean, is it not the FBI again? These are people, this organization is known worldwide in movies, everywhere is highly promoted that, if you get in the hands of the FBI, you are on your own. So again, I've read a lot of articles where we talk about the investigator, the person leading all this, and the judge. So there have been conversations, WhatsApp messages that have been given out, and the evidence, it's proven beyond reasonable doubt. This man was in connection with Hush Puppy and received a lot of money. But they give things in bits. Of course, the FBI would not just give out all the evidence like that. But with even the little that they gave, that wasn't too much to prove beyond reasonable doubt that Abba Kyari was definitely involved in, his mess. So that's really it. Somebody here says, Abba Kyari will be arrested very, very soon. And I think this would be sweet for Nigerians to see that potentially, it would be sweet for Nigerians to see someone on the government actually face a consequence for the first time, And I think that, I said that before, it sort of stops this begging or asking for help every single time with the organizations that we expect to push human rights and all that, because really and truly it takes two to tango. These are just like, how do I say it, organizations where it's more like, don't do it again, it's not good. That's the kind of vibe that they give, so it's never really as effective or proactive. So again, it's no doubt that most of Nigerian politicians may have involved in some sort of secret dealings with care or whatever. So I guess that's the only way internationally that they can get punished for what they've done and actually face time where it's not going to be biased, basically. So what I think about this, and don't forget to like and subscribe.